want users to be able to register and log in so they can create content. When we selected to have authentication during the creation of the project, it gave us the foundation for what we need. This includes ASP.NET Core identity packages. So now we will be extending the provided IdentityUser class to add custom fields that we want to track for a user, like first name and last name. So we're just going to extend IdentityUser. We're going to add in our own custom properties like first name and last name. So now we just hop into our application DB context and we change it and let it know that the identity user is going to be the application user. We also need to go into our app services and change the identity user to application user here too. Now in our navigation bar, we do want to show whether or not the user is logged in, and if they are not logged in, we want to give the option to log in or register if they haven't already registered. So here I'm just trying to figure out how to take the login partial that came default with the project and reconcile it with the nav bar that we took from the theme. So the last thing we need to do on this file is change our identity user to application user. So now we just pull in the login partial and that will display what we need inside the nav bar. So it looks like our register and login links are different, so let's go ahead and fix that. So in our login partial, just go ahead and remove the text arc. And we should be set. So we should see that our links are all consistent now. And if we click on it, I do see some weird behavior here, but we'll figure that out later. And these are the default login and register pages. Looks like home isn't working, so let's go ahead and fix that up real quick. That will be in our navigation. We'll just add in the ASP controller equals home and ASP action equals index. And now when we refresh and we click on it, we can see it just brings us to the same page. The quick log doesn't work, so let's go ahead and change that one to, I guess, home index 2. Okay, so now if we click that, it works. Okay, so now I want to go over Entity Framework. Entity Framework is an ORM, Object Relational Mapping Framework. EF makes it easy to create the database schema that we need. We just create the classes and EF will create the scripts to generate the tables and columns for those objects. So we just jump into our package manager console, make sure that we go to our data project, and then we're just going to run a couple commands. We're going to start with add-migration and then name it whatever you want. I'm going with initialize. Build succeeded. Alright. And here I'm just going to go down to the bottom and then make sure this file gets all cleaned up. Not necessary though. Then jump back to manager console and then let's run update database. So we have an error here, and if we go to our output and look through it, and we just select this. It'll take us to the issue. Just comes down to not having a package installed, so go ahead and install that. And everything should be good. Just save it. And then let's try the command again. Alright, success. So let's go ahead and open up SQL Server Management Studio. And we will want to make sure we connect to the local DB, which if you need the string for this, you can look inside your app settings development file. And you'll find it right up there. However, you do want to get rid of the second slash in between local DB and MySQL local DB. Alright, so now if we open up databases, I may have more than you do, but we will see that quickblog.dev is there. If we look in tables, we look at ASP.NET users, we will see that our columns that we added in, first name and last name, are there. And that's it. So I hope you learned something today. In the next video, we'll go over topics like source control and Azure DevOps. That way we can start utilizing some of the features that come with Git.